Hi, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We are continuing WandaVision. This is episode 7, titled Breaking the Fourth Wall. And we talked about, where could they be going now? Sitcom-wise, TV series-wise, and decades. And it's most likely going to be something like Modern Family in this one, with them talking straight to the camera and with these little interview sessions that we've seen in that one. And that's actually a series that we have seen.
Yeah.
Because it is, more modern, and we are still young, I should say, or from the 90s at least.
And we do have it sort of fresh in memory. For example, with Malcolm in the Middle, people were a bit confused or puzzled that we didn't recognize it straight away, but it's like we were 8 at the time.
It came out in 2000, so 8 and 9.
Between 8 and 10.
Exactly.
Somewhere around there.
And it wasn't big here in Denmark.
No.
Like some of these American sitcoms, they weren't really that big here in Denmark. But Modern Family, it certainly was. So we definitely saw that, and it is clearer in our memories. But all right, last time on WandaVision, it ended with her expanding the hex because she wanted to save Vision, is definitely what we believe. But also probably because she's pretty tired of SWORD intervening. So that's also why she extended it that far and took in SWORD and their little headquarter there that they had set up and turned them into a circus, and circus clowns, and a helicopter got turned into a hot air balloon and stuff like that. So that was probably also I'm not only gonna expand it and take you guys in, but I'm gonna turn you into something ridiculous, because that's how much I think of you. Maybe is what's happening here. And then she also kind of blasted Pietro, or whoever Pietro is, and he was asking a lot of questions. Seems like he knows more than he should, if it was only Wanda who brought him in and she's controlling what he knows. And so you're looking at my hair.
I'm sorry, your hair is just
very curly today.
Insanely beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. But whatever is going on in the series at the moment, we're just so excited to continue it, see where it's going to go from here. We do know about the rumors that, the last 3 episodes are going to be 1-hour episodes, which I never really believed. And it seems like, no, that's not true. It's still same length, pretty much, same amount of time that they're going to dedicate to each episode. Maybe we'll get the last 2 will be a little bit longer, but it's probably going to amount to like the entire series, between 5 and 6 hours in total, perhaps, including credits. And speaking of credits, we also know that in this one, or people have just hinted that there's a post-credit scene. So now we're getting into that Marvel trope, it's not only Marvel and the MCU who've been doing post-credit scenes, but they are very much known for it. And maybe also because we're moving into 2000s and 2010s, where post-credit scenes became more prevalent, and that's why they are including them in the show now, whereas they didn't do that earlier. So yeah, we'll be sure to look out for that. Do you have anything else you want to add to this one? Nope. All right. Then let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for some of the shows that we're doing. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. Ready?
Yeah.
Yes. Here we go.
Look, we've all been there, right?
Yep.
Letting our fear and anger get the best of us.
Modern Family.
Yep.
100%. Oh, with those things as well.
Mom, our game is freaking out.
Oh. Oh, wait, no. Turned back into... What is happening?
My head feels weird. It's really noisy. I don't like it.
These powers are acting out.
I plan on taking a quarantine-style staycation. A whole day, just to myself. That'll show me.
With the camera zooms and everything. WNDA.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's turning back and forward in time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
So now it's just Wanda? Oh! Very modern family. Temporary retreat, 8 miles outside of...
Damn, Wanda.
Oh, and he's just laying there. Circus, yep.
You're late for rehearsal with the escape artist. Come on.
Oh.
You don't remember me from last night?
Hmm?
We locked eyes.
I did
There
what?
was an unspoken understanding.
Hard pass.
Last night, Uncle P said that thing about re-killing Dad.
Don't believe anything that man said. He is not your uncle.
Who is he?
Here's the thing, boys. I'm your mom.
She's being very Claire Dunphy right now.
I'll be fine. Just go with Agnes.
I promise I won't bite. I actually did bite a kid once.
Huh?
Because she's a witch.
You know what? If one of you two could take a quick look, I'd appreciate it. It's right here.
No. Thank you. Stop it.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
No, you're not.
Hayward wasn't decommissioning Vision. He was trying to bring him back online. Nothing worked until
Wanda stole
Vision's
Mhm.
someone has to tell Wanda.
Look, there they are.
Oh, we're gonna see her contact. Whoever it is. Or well, there's multiple people. They look military. Oh damn. Something that can go inside the hex without... Well, it's still got the sword symbol on it.
She's perfect.
Wonder why the subtitles are going like in and out. Just disappearing sometimes. Sorry about that, guys.
You tried to help me.
Doubtful. I'm notoriously self-involved.
No. Please, just hear me out.
Those sounds in the background.
Bad bat! Well, you know, part of me secretly wanted a guest spot on the show, but seriously, that sucks.
What is your name? Your real name?
Darcy Lewis,
Dr. Lewis, I have questions.
I have answers.
She's not going anywhere.
Not my nose! Dr. Lewis, my questions. Are my children safe?
That I don't know.
And who is that imposter Pietro?
Beats me.
And where is he? Oh no. She's just losing control? Oh. Hey, the stalk!
Do you think maybe this is what you deserve?
What? You're not supposed to talk.
Feeling depressed.
Commercial time.
Side effects include feeling your feelings, confronting your truth, seizing your destiny, and possibly more depression. Nexus. Because the world doesn't revolve around you. Or does it?
What the?
A lot of like mental health commentary in this series overall.
You're quiet, Agnes.
Oh.
On the inside. Do you think our mom is okay?
Your mom can do anything. She's super mom. Ralph says I sugarcoat things, but you try telling a 10-year-old that his mother is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
When can we see Ralph?
Mm-hmm.
Or Ralph? Is this gonna work? Nope. Whoa. Get out. Okay, turned half of it into something else.
I can get through.
Monica, no!
Shit, Monica?
I could fly us and meet you halfway.
Only if you learn to glow.
Fury.
Your mom's lucky. When they were handing out kids, they gave her the toughest one.
It's from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's getting her powers,
she is?
isn't she? Look at her eyes, man.
Damn. But her vision is different. She can see. Well done.
Yeah.
There are a few extra steps, but to set up the context.
I came back and died again.
And she had to watch.
Mm.
Oh, man, another red light?
I think that Wanda is creating these impediments to stop me returning home.
Also, it never rains in Westview, right?
Yeah, she's right. It doesn't.
I'm not amused.
Honestly, I'm a STEM type of lady, so I thought she just flipped a switch on your head and brought you back to life, but what I don't get is why you can't leave the hex.
And what's with the Infinity Stone in his forehead?
I'm watching WandaVision. The love you two have is real. You belong together.
Oh, she's just gonna. Okay. Brave.
Get out of my house.
Hayward was trying to bring him.
Don't talk to me about that. I don't want to hear about it.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna burn Westview to the ground just to get what he wants. Don't let him make you the villain.
Maybe I already am.
Oh.
I can't control this pain anymore, and I don't think I want to, because it's my truth. Wanda,
Young
you have
lady. I think you overstayed your welcome. Run along, dear.
Wanda, you have to take it down.
This is absurd. I need to get my wife.
Just fly there. Yeah.
Aw, ay, ay, ay.
Where are the kids?
Oh, they're probably just playing in the basement.
This is spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Finally gonna reveal to us who Agnes really is. Oh.
Yeah, so that looks like a crypt.
Witch's lair.
Yeah.
Very much so. What the fuck is that?
Didn't think you were the only magical girl in town, did you? The name's Agatha Harkness. Lovely to finally meet you, dear.
Oh fuck.
It's been Agatha all night long.
Straight up just telling us now. Yeah. She's the one who. Of course.
And I killed Sparky, too.
Yeah. Saw that coming. And ending with the witch's laugh. Witch laugh. Yeah. It's definitely a red herring in the last episode when like she was sitting in the car and just pretending, and there were just so many things that was off about that.
It was Agatha all along.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Agatha Harkness. So now it's confirmed.
Yeah.
That's who we're dealing with. Oh, and there we go. Post-credit scene.
Snooper's gonna snoop.
Oh, there he is. Snoop is gonna snoop.
Snoop is gonna snoop.
She be snooping. And there we go. Episode 7 down. Breaking the fourth wall and revealing a lot of stuff to us. Some stuff that we were already suspecting and we probably already knew. Also some new stuff, I would say. Like we have been talking about, for example, with Monica. Is she gonna get her powers in this series? What sort of powers? Like how are they gonna convey that, show that, explain that? They haven't fully explained it yet, but I'm guessing it certainly has to do with what Wanda / now Agatha has been doing or controlling and going in and out of the hex. Because it seems like when she was going through the wall, the outer wall of the hex, it was through that thing, or that's when her powers at least got activated, and we heard all those voice lines from Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure it's still the MCU movie I've watched the least amount of time, so I'm not I can't remember everything they said in that movie, so there might have been some new stuff. And then she came out on the other side, and it seems like at least like she's able to see the magic and, or, you know, able to see the strings, one might say.
It looked more like she was able to see waves, like sound waves, light waves.
Oh, okay.
'Cause you saw that there was like
yeah,
some sort of interference or something around the light sources on the
the poles and the power cables and stuff, power lines.
So perhaps it's something to do with like, being able to see and I don't know, control. I don't know.
Yeah, seeing things
Power,
that others
like,
can't see.
energy.
And then she's also able to, one could take a beating in a way, or at least when Wanda, you know, just was using her powers on her and she dropped her, it seemed like when she did the superhero landing there, it showed some sort of power thing going on when she landed that it probably protected her.
Yeah, if perhaps it was like if it's energy, if she's controlling energy and she's able to see it and use it.
See and control energy.
Then she's able to it sounds weird, but like summon kinetic energy and then use the law of this, I think Newton's second law, that for every action there's a reaction.
So
okay. She's kind of like,
yeah, so cushioning her fall there with her own, like her being able to make energy herself, not only seeing it, but making it. And I like the effect with her eyes and so that happened. And they also definitely revealed and confirmed to us that yes, Agatha Harkness, she's controlling a lot of it. I know there are still the Mephisto theories out there, but so far, and especially if we are to believe the thing we got towards the end, the little song, and them going back and showing us all the instances where she was controlling stuff, that she's like the main villain inside of that. For now, at least.
But she could be working with Mephisto.
She definitely could be. And to what end and why is still unclear exactly what she wants. But something with Wanda, probably the children, because she took the children. We don't know where they are. She just said they're in the basement, and then Wanda went in, and there's clearly a witch's lair that we got into there. And then she did something to Wanda. And something to her mind. So is she so strong that she can take over Wanda and her powers? Because we know how strong Wanda is. And even the look of her powers was kind of like Wanda's, just purple instead of red. Perhaps
she is more of a mindbender rather than she's...
or manipulator.
Well, she did say that she was not the only magical girl, so maybe she is actually magical. Whereas Wanda is using the power from the Mind Stone, right?
Yeah, or at least the power that was granted to her by the Mind Stone in the experiment with Stricker.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's necessarily magic per se.
No. Yeah, we've seen people and like comments about that and saying that no, it's not. There aren't like real magic inside of the MCU just yet. It seems like,
what
except
about
for
Strange?
Yeah, that was what I was
Okay,
about to say.
okay.
Except for what we got in Doctor Strange, and we know that this series leads into the next Doctor Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness. And maybe that's what Agatha is interested in. And if she summoned Pietro and made him look the way he did, so maybe she's the one who grabbed another Quicksilver and is also manipulating. I'm still using him because that's what we saw in the post-credit scene when he surprised Monica and she was looking into the basement and she could see like the magic around the vines down there.
We also saw it when he was knocking on the door throughout the sequence with Agnes or Agatha, and he was knocking on the door, and you could see all that purple stuff behind him.
Yes,
so you could see it was her controlling him.
Definitely. And we still have this, obviously, this TV sitcom stuff going on. So is that also Agatha controlling that? Or it seems like, and like she showed us on purpose in the end, yes, I am the one doing this. Is that also going to be part of the TV signal that's being sent out that people are looking at? And now they know that she's part of like what's wrong here. And why is she then showing people this? That's a good question. So yeah, we got some answers, but there are, as usual, more questions popping up here and there.
Even though Darcy said she was going to give us answers.
Yeah, well, she gave answers to Vision. Like, he learned a lot in this one.
Definitely.
And learned about his past and like where he comes from, Jarvis and Ultron, and what happened to him and with Wanda, and that the fact that it's mere weeks ago, like these events, for Wanda at least. Even though like in the real world it was like Infinity War happened and then she disappeared and then 5 years went by and she came back, but to her it's still very fresh in her memory, and only a few weeks ago it happened. Same as with Monica and what happened to her mother. That only feels like a few weeks for her, or it basically was, because she also disappeared. And I like that they at least got to have just a small conversation there, or at least opening that door to talking about their traumas and what they're going through. And it's not something that they need to ignore or push away. It's part of them. It's part of their truth. And they need to embrace it in a way, or at least process it better than what Wanda has been doing. And it did seem like she was losing it throughout the episode. Or maybe what was going on there with the things like glitching and turning back and forward, like old and new stuff. Maybe that was Agatha as well. Or maybe it's just Agatha has been waiting for Wanda to get really unstable, and then she moved in, and now she's trying to take over her and the children, and she's just been letting this thing go on. But I do want to issue a quick apology to our patrons. I know I said last time around that we want to start a new thing where we take questions and then address them here during the discussion, but I totally forgot during this week to put up those posts on Patreon where you can actually ask those questions or put in the comments. So sorry about that. But instead, like, yeah, you're looking up some stuff, or at least you found some things that people have been pointing out on the internet that we can then talk a little bit about instead, just as something different for this one. And then hopefully I will remember to do it next week. But what did you find?
I found a list.
A list.
And a list of references throughout.
Cool.
First off, the sugar snaps. And that might be a reference to
the snap. And the sugar snaps being the brand of cereal that she was eating.
Yeah, exactly. And then somebody wrote, like, with the classical when you have to do a ransom and then you
cut out letters from different magazines and newspapers and put them together.
But somebody wrote, "I know what you're doing, Wanda."
On
I actually don't know what this is.
was it during the intro or during the or was it on the
Possibly.
the fridge or something?
Possibly. It looks like it's, I don't know, but at least somebody.
That's a clue.
I know what you're doing, Wanda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then.
The commercial, Nexus.
Commercial.
Yes, we need to remember to talk about the commercial. It's just so much else is happening, and
Nexus Marvel.
Oh, and that's also something that I promised to do. It's a good thing that I just reminded myself here that I'm gonna look up what people wrote about the commercial from last week in during our reaction. As I said, I would highlight some of those. So just gonna save those for the end then, while you find some more stuff. Did it say anything about Nexus and what it is?
Nexus beings are rare individual entities with the ability to affect probability and thus the future, thereby altering the flow of the universal time stream.
Oh, okay. So instead of, once again, processing your fear or your trauma and being in the now and being true to what happened, it's about trying to change stuff.
Yeah, go mess with the timelines.
Yeah, messing with the timelines again. And there was definitely also this whole mental health thing about it with, if you're feeling down and depressed, just pop a pill or just do something that will make you forget about it or move on or, force you to move on in a sense, yeah.
And then Monica was transformed into Spectrum, possibly Spectrum, and that's also her name. Spectrum also kind of speaks to my theory, I would say, because light is a spectrum.
Yeah.
So like light waves, perhaps that's what she's, and she was also like the daughter of Photon, right? So that would make sense because Photon is a very, it's a
Okay, yeah.
light.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, getting into comic references there and coupling it with what they're showing us in the MCU, and her seeing light or power energy sources in a sense. Yeah, makes sense.
And then a magic book, could be the book of Cagliostro.
Okay.
That introduced in Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah. From like they talked about it at least in Doctor Strange,
exactly.
right? Or it's one of the magical objects that they are in possession of, or they were in possession of. And maybe Agatha was able to get it while, like, in that 5-year period where Doctor Strange was gone, and we don't know how many other of the people from that order, the sorcerers, like Wong, for example, if they got snapped or if they were still there to protect the sanctums around the world. So maybe some of the sanctums were just open for people to walk in and just grab stuff, and that's what's happening. And that's also going to be a thing in the next Doctor Strange, that they need to retrieve a lot of the stuff that they lost.
Could be, yeah.
Could be.
And it is the magical realm, so maybe Agnes was, as you said, taking advantage of the situation, got the book of Cagliostro, and then, with the help of that, perhaps created all of this and
manipulated Wanda. And that's how she's, like, she probably has powers of her own, but she's able to amplify them or use different and more powerful magic with the stuff that she stole, presumably.
Yeah.
All right, damn, that's so interesting what's going on. And I'm sure there's way more stuff that we could get into about this episode. And let's just quickly, just about the sitcom aspect of it, or the Modern Family references. It was very clearly, like, Wanda was acting like Claire Dunphy. Vision was just following along once again and just staying in that, or doing the interviews until a point where it was like, why the fuck am I even doing this? Like, I can just go there, I can fly there. And then he just left, and Darcy was still in the car. But he never arrived, or we didn't see him arrive in this episode. So I think that's something that we're going to get into straight away in the next one. And I also believe that now that we got the Agatha reveal and we truly know some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes or what have been leading up to this and like the manipulation, they are not going to keep the sitcom thing going, really. I don't know if, I don't think we're just going to reset in the next episode and it's going to be a new series.
No.
I think for the last 2 episodes, it's going to be MCU centric, or centered around the real world stuff that's going on, or maybe not, or maybe what Agatha did to Wanda in the end was just putting her back under her spell, and they're gonna continue. We'll see. And lastly, as promised, just gonna highlight a few of the comments about the last week's commercial with the shark and the very 90s like claymation thing that was going on there, and the yo magic. I already did highlight some of them in last week's Catch Up with Sunny, which was Catch Up with Sunny number 6. So yeah, you can definitely go and watch that if you want to hear about the ones that I highlighted there. But let me just get into a few more here with what people are saying, and just a quick shout out from Jack Dubs with a C. The castaway on the island represents Wanda and Pietro, starving and living homeless on the streets of Sokovia. The shark is Hydra, promising to give them magic powers and make them strong. Yeah, that could definitely also be a way to interpret that. And the thing with yo magic as well, but it's it can save them, but it can also destroy them in a sense. Definitely. Brian Cleaner. Well, look at it literally. A shark is talking to a character dressed in red about snacking on your magic. The character can't use or get to their magic and is dying while trapped on an island. But is that red character Wanda or Vision? Who is the shark? And why was Hayward tracking Vision? Is Agnes a misdirect, or and Hayward's is the real, and Hayward, sorry, I'm butchering this, and Hayward is the real bad guy and his target is Vision. We got that confirmed in this one as well.
Yeah, that Hayward, he definitely just wants to get his sentient machine up and running.
Yeah, sentient weapon, I think that was what they, yeah, but it's, it goes back to also what we talked about with respecting Vision's wishes about he doesn't want to become a weapon, and then he used that to kind of make Wanda the bad guy, but he himself did it and Sword did it. And even Monica said in this episode, don't let Hayward make you the bad guy here, Wanda. Mm-hmm. And sadly, Wanda responded with, maybe I am the bad guy.
Yeah.
So we don't want her to embrace that, but that is also a possibility. And yeah, maybe now that we've seen this episode, like the shark could also be Agatha, and the one who is like giving Wanda what seems like salvation, but is just going to feed on her magic instead, just going to feed on her until she dies. Okay, and just one more before we wrap it up from Richard Brown. My interpretation is that the commercial is referencing Avengers Infinity War. Your Magic is the original battle against Thanos. Wanda couldn't fully access her magic, and the result was that she watched Vision die and was in turn dusted in the snap. Upon her return in Endgame, her emotional grief seems to have allowed her to tap into her deeper levels, where she was able to be one of the greatest threats against Thanos one-on-one. Maybe. I don't like the idea of, tapping into your hatred and your grief, that's going to make you stronger. That's very Sith-like, just to throw in the usual Star Wars reference. And I also do believe, like, in Infinity War, she wasn't trying to defeat Thanos. She was trying to destroy the Infinity Stone that was in Vision's head. And she was just holding Thanos back while doing that. So she couldn't, just concentrate on fighting Thanos one-on-one in the same way that she did in Endgame. Although I am sure, her anger and her grief did empower her in a sense in Endgame, because she was kicking his ass. He had to call down the orbital bombardment thing just to get the fuck out of it. But all right, I think we could go on and on and on, but let's not. Let's save some for next time around, or this week's catch up with Sunny. Be sure to catch that. I usually talk WandaVision spoilers, or at least a quick non-spoiler review, and then get into spoilers for just a little while doing that. So we can continue the talk, or the discussion, the theories, all of that during this week's catch up with Sunny. Do you have anything else you want to add to this one?
I don't think so. My brain is completely tapped out.
Fair enough. That's going to do it then for this reaction and review of WandaVision Episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.